What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another Arsenal women's game review. Arsenal 1, Manchester City 2. First of all, I just want to say, I'm sure all y'all have probably seen, but the story that came out this week surrounding Jen Beattie and her breast cancer diagnosis, and, watch the interview she gave, and just the really inspiring story and something that I had to at least mention at the start of the video. That's been a huge thing surrounding Arsenal, and the fact that they've been, playing and the team has been supporting her, and she's been going through all that the past few months and whatever. And I mean, nobody really knew outside of the team, and so, it always just kind of makes you think, like, you really don't know everything that's going on in a team. So even when I'm sitting here making videos or, whatever, you're just rooting for the team, there's always so much going on. But shout out to her as she continues that fight, and proud of the way she opened up in that interview. But on to the game. This was a really tough one to swallow. Obviously, a 94th minute winner from Caroline Weir. It just undid so much good work that Arsenal put in throughout this game. And honestly, as far as the big games that I've watched recently from Arsenal, I felt like this was one of the best performances I had seen. And I felt like Joe Montemurro came with a really good game plan against Manchester City. Always helps, when Miedema scores in the 3rd minute. And to that point in the game, I don't think Man City had actually touched the ball once. So Arsenal had the kickoff and kept the ball for the first 2 minutes. And it was City's basically first touch of the ball where they tried to play it out of the back. And Miedema got the interception and just fired off a shot really quick. A great finish, as we come to expect. And that obviously helps the game plan a lot, when you come out away to Manchester City and you're trying to play defensively, you're trying to get a goal on the counter. To score in the 3rd minute is great, but then at the same time you're thinking, oh wow, now we have to defend against Manchester City for 87 minutes, and it was very classic, like, oops, we scored too early. However, as I said, I was impressed with the defensive display. Tactically, what Joe Montemurro went with, it was like a 4-4-1-1, but with a very high press. And so essentially it was 2 banks of 4, and then Miedema and Roord really shaping the press. So, when one of the center backs had it, one of those two would pressure the center back, and the other would cut off one half of the field, essentially. So you'd have pressure on the ball, and you'd be forcing Man City to play one way or the other, and then you can step up the rest of your pressure from there. And it was really interesting tactically. I thought it worked very well at times in the first half. The thing that concerned me, though, was that you could see on the broadcast how much Montemurro had to bark out those instructions to them about how to do that press and about who should go, who they needed to pressure, what were the triggers and stuff. And if you look at teams that are really successful at pressing, the Bayerns, the Liverpools, the Man Cities of the world, their players all know the trigger. So you can tell it's something they're still working on a little bit. But as the game went on, Arsenal really sunk into their shell. City came onto them more at the end of the first half and nearly all of the second half. But even with that, Arsenal performed well defensively. Like, City, I can't remember Lydia Williams having to make a save in this game. She did make a mistake on the first goal from Sam Mewis, and we can talk about that. I thought it was both a mistake from Beattie and from Williams. I mean, Beattie completely got sealed off by Sam Mewis, and if you're looking at Arsenal, woman for woman, who can match up with Sam Mewis, it's going to have to be Beattie. And so to me, I think she's got to do a better job there, because physically she can stand up to Sam Mewis. But she completely got wrong side of her, and when the ball is going to be sent to the front post, you can't let her be in front of you there. Like, it was just too easy of a header for Sam Mewis, and we know the quality she has in the air. She's always the biggest threat. So that was disappointing from an Arsenal perspective. And then Williams didn't do herself any favors, kind of coming out, but again, not getting there in front of Mewis and letting in that goal. Mewis was really great throughout the game, though. I think if I had to give out player of the match, it would go to Sam Mewis. She was good, box to box, lots of energy, all the things we know and expect from Sam Mewis. She was fantastic. Very tough for Arsenal to deal with, but they did an admirable job. I thought Kim Little and Malin Gut was a nice pivot for Arsenal. Little especially, fantastic performance. She's been one of Arsenal's best and most consistent players this season. But as I said, mistakes and mistakes and mistakes. And it was in the second half, at the very end, Arsenal's put on a few attacking subs to go out and try to win the game in the final 10 minutes. Jordan Nobbs, Van de Donk, and Lisa Evans all came on. Again, I think part of a good game plan from Montemurro, trying to steal it at the end after that type of performance. I really liked that, but it was 2 subs who combined for the error as Arsenal was trying to play out of the back. Van de Donk tried to just lay it off to Evans, kind of in a place where you wouldn't want to on the field, right at the top of the box. There was a little miscommunication. I don't know if it was a bad layoff. I don't know if Evans just wasn't ready for it. But in any case, Man City intercepted it, and after a block shot, Weir was able to get off a very good first-time effort, and credit to her. It was a great strike. Nothing Williams could do about it, but just a heartbreaker in the last minute for Arsenal. So it will peg Arsenal back in the league. If you were looking at it as they were drawing, you were thinking, okay, this is a fine result. You're still only 3 points behind United. That's kind of one game that you can make up here or there. But now with the loss and dropping all 3 points, now Arsenal are 4 points off Man United. So you're talking about now 2 different games you would have to make up essentially. And this was a big win for Manchester City as well. You know, they were 8 points off top at the beginning, and they've moved a lot closer to that top 3 contention. So in terms of the result, this was biggest for United and for Chelsea. You know, if Chelsea can get 3 points from their game in hand, and they did win today as well, they would be even with Manchester United at the top. So those two have separated a little bit of ground for Arsenal with this result. I thought Arsenal did enough at least to get a result, if not to win this game, because City did not look terribly dangerous, but unfortunately in the end falling a little bit short. So that's all for this one. Hey, if you like Arsenal, if you're an Arsenal fan, subscribe to the channel. I do reviews after all of the men's games. I do reviews after a lot of the women's games, not quite all of them. But you will consistently find that type of content on this channel, in addition to a lot of other content as well. Women's soccer, EPL, Champions League, anything soccer really, you can find it here on this channel. So check this out if you're new around here, and I'll catch y'all in the next video, which will probably be the Arsenal review later today. All right, peace.